You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15.
Never give up, fighting to the end, gotta get back up. No time for loss, fighting to the end no matter what the cost.
Go.
Keep moving, gotta get back up, what? Keep moving, gotta get back up. Keep moving, gotta get back up, what? Keep moving, gotta get back up.
In a state of flow throughout the entire week. I love to be in flow, recording one podcast after another, editing the middle out when I'm done so you get just the good stuff. But in between, we're flowing, the eyes are closed. I'm taking you down the road wherever it goes. Hang on for the ride, guys. Here we go. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. The positive boost you need every single day. It's a very simple thing. We do have to have that positive boost. We have to have that motivation. Where does motivation come from? Hang on, in about 30 seconds, I'll tell you where it comes from, because a lot of folks are looking at it. If you want to drive me crazy, I'm a practical, positive guy, but you can drive me crazy if you want to. You really can. Although, not really. I mean, I just kind of look at you like, what? What'd you say that for? But if you want to drive me crazy, come to me, get me on the phone, send me an email, do something, say, Scott, motivate me. Please don't do that. I get it. But there's a way to get motivation. You ready for it? It's still about 15 seconds away. I'm going to tell you about that in a second here. I promise I will. It is me, Scott Smith, founder and chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com, having as much fun as I can possibly squeeze out on a podcast and still retain some ratings and some advertisers and all that kind of stuff. You know, push the limit. Be who you be, right? Fight AI. I saw a video this morning on Facebook with a guy who had cloned himself on video, and then he admitted, at least he admitted he'd cloned himself. And I thought, where'd you get that weird tick you have? Do you know what you look like? Gosh, that's weird. In a couple of years, we're not going to know what's real and what's not real. I had somebody a couple of weeks ago that works for me and sent me a note, Scott, you really need to clone your voice and you really need to clone yourself. If you do that, you can expand and scale around the world. So I'd rather be dead. I'm not going to, no. Listen, come here real close to me, okay? All of you all who are so creative right now, all of y'all who want to succeed in this world right now, to get success that you want. And I know that AI is here. It's great. And there's a lot of goods. I use it for a lot of things as well. But the only defense you're going to have, but there's two. One, know exactly who you are, know your values and know your beliefs and live within them. And two, be yourself. Don't let a computer be you. Okay. I'm off my pedestal. We're rolling this thing straight through all week long. And I'm just stopping in between a little bit to see what happens when it's kind of out of my mouth. The following program, well, you know what they say on TV. So what about that? What was I asking just a few minutes ago? Did I forget about that? What was I asking? Do you remember? What was that thing I was saying? How to get motivated. I knew I'd remember. So people say to me, Scott, motivate me. And I really don't have the ability to do it. Motivation, the best motivation is intrinsic motivation. We've seen that before. It's been studied and studied and studied. Nobody can quite figure it out. Why? It's kind of fleeting. But where does it come from? Scott, motivate me. Here's where it comes from. It comes from passion. It comes from you figuring out what you passionately like to do. Oh my God, Scott, you just opened another can of words. Scott, I have no idea what I'm passionate about. Yes, you do. Right now, today, there's something in your life that you want to do more than what you're doing. So if you're working all day long and you're not passionate about it, but there's something at home you are passionate about, you can't wait to get home, right? That motivates you to get your butt out of the office and get home. Whatever you're passionate about is going to drive motivation. When you spend enough time in the motivation world with what you're passionate about, you suddenly begin to get deeper in it and you find a purpose in life. When you find your purpose and you dwell on it for a long enough time, and people ask you, man, what do you do that for? And you say, it means something to me. Your life takes on a meaning. And when you're long gone, and all the folks around you are remembering you, they're going to say, man, what a legacy. So if you're looking for motivation today, I suggest that you look for what you love to do, what fires you up, what gets your attention. And we'll talk about that later, maybe next week a little bit. I'll talk about what gets your attention is what gets your passion going. And so pay attention to what you become aware of, and then track that little puppy down, because that's going to make you really happy. All right, let's get in the show today. Why not? Let's do this. It's about one thing. Now, we've heard about one thing before. Maybe you haven't. Had you read the book, The One Thing? It came out several years ago. I think it's a pretty cool idea. It's packaged well. It's done well. It's a lot of these writers get together and do stuff like that, and you kind of look at them, and sometimes the chapters say the same thing. But truthfully, the one thing is really, really a cool idea. But Scott, I can't do one thing. But what if one thing was the most important thing you did? What is your one most important activity? And this is where the confusion comes in when we start talking about one thing. Because some people say, if you're a godly person, you say it's all about God. It's all about being faithful. That's it. I get that right. It's good. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I think you're right. But other people say, well, my one thing is I want to be an influencer. Boom. Nothing wrong with that either. Some people say my one thing is I got to pay my bills. Some people say one thing is I need to treat my wife like a queen. I've been doing that lately. It's been kind of fun. She has no idea what to do with it. If she would listen to the podcast, she would know that I've decided to treat her like a queen, my queen, call her my queen. And she has no idea what to do with it. She's like, what are you doing? No, I'm not going to tell her. Don't you dare tell her, okay? What one most important activity? Right now we have a member of our family who passed away, a grandmother on the other side, my son-in-law's mom. She passed away. They're into one thing right now, and they don't even want to be, are they? I had one thing I had to do. I had to reach out to both of them, and I had to make sure they were okay. That was my one thing. I had nothing else to do that day. Truth is, I had a ton to do that day. But I only had one important activity that had to be done. I had to make sure they were okay. Didn't have to do anything fancy. Just call in, check on them, make sure they got the subs and macaroni and cheese I sent. What's your most important activity? What is a one core activity that if you do, everything else is fine? You've heard that before. It came from the book, The One Thing. If there was one thing you could do today and tomorrow and this week and in your life, if you consistently did it day after day, forever, until the day you died, everything else is fine. What is that? Some people say, I got to get up and go to work. Everything will be fine. It is until it isn't. It's deeper than that. But keep it whatever level you need to. Today, as you look at today, if there's one thing you had to do today, what would it be? That if you did it today, everything else would be fine. You'd have no other worries. The world wouldn't fall apart. To me, that's my goal. It's to make sure I got one thing. Usually there's maybe two or three sub one things, if you will. That if I do that, nothing else matters. But I got a list of 4,000 things to do. Scott, I got to do them all today. No, you don't. You got to do the core one thing that makes everything else okay. That's all you got to do. What is the one core activity that if you don't do it, causes everything to fall apart? That's always a good one. What if you blow off today is going to mess up everything else? What were you supposed to do for your wife or your husband that's going to mess up a little bit of how they think about you? What's the one thing you skipped today that's going to mess up your job? What's the one thing you skipped today that's going to make people look at you and say, you're not quite the person I thought you were? And by the way, come close to me right now. I'll tell you this. I've done that a lot. I have. I'll make a lot of mistakes. I call myself a hot mess, but that's okay. I may be a hot mess, but I clean up my mess and figure it out. Over the time, a lot of people said, Scott, what'd you do that for? I said, I don't know. Guess I got to learn. Didn't have that wisdom back then that I have right now. Don't have enough for tomorrow either. I got to go find some more wisdom because I will make a mistake. Sometimes you just mess up. The one thing you do that causes everything to fall apart. Some of you married, you've done some stuff that caused it to fall apart, didn't you? Maybe you did a lot of things, a little after bit after bit after bit. It caused it to fall apart a little bit. I don't know. What is that one thing? So what you want to supposed to... I'm not going to stop. No. AI could do that perfectly. I'm not AI. The one core activity that if you do, everything else is fine. What's the one core activity? If you don't do, it's all going to fall apart. A lot of people focus on anything but the most critical activities in their life. You got to focus on what's critical. You have to. They're usually surprised when things fall apart. You can always see it coming. They're surprised when they get a big bill on their credit card after Christmas every single year. You knew Christmas was coming, right? You knew you were going to spend $1,000 in gifts, right? You knew the credit cards were filled up already, right? You knew that January the bill was going to come, right? It all fell apart. I'm sounding like Dave Ramsey right there, aren't I? It's showing up for work on time and doing a great job. A great job at everything you do. If you're going to do it right. Dig in. Go for it. Do the stuff that's important to you. Make it really important. Make it that one thing. Could it be unflinching attention to your family? Could be. I got news for you. Whether you do it or not, you're doing something. Whether you give unflinching attention or don't, you're going to get a result. If it's the one important thing you need to do every single day, that's your focus, you'll get that done plus everything else. Does your business have one activity that causes people to buy from you? I was talking to a client the other day. He's an auto mechanic. I said, how's your day going? He goes, well, business is going okay, I guess. And he starts complaining. He said, people are calling. The transmissions are out and shocks and struts and mufflers. And it's busy. It's crazy. It's just stupid crazy. I said, don't you want more of that? What do you mean I want more of that? Well, if you own a business, the one activity you need is for people to have broken stuff so you can fix it. Everything else takes care of itself. What do you mean by that, Scott? I mean, well, if you own an auto repair business and you get mad that people come in the door with broken cars, what are you in the business for? Your one thing should be to fix their broken cars, have them trade you that wonderful thing called a credit card, love you to death for fixing their car, and come back when the next thing breaks. Your one thing is to fix their car. You do that well, you got a good business. Is this too much? Does this make sense? Am I going out of line here? Probably. It would not be I was going to say it wouldn't be the first time. It's actually about the 10,000th time I've gone out of line. In full transparency to the folks who have listened to me for a while. But the truth is this. When you focus on whatever that one activity is for you, everything else will take care of itself. But that one thing could be just who you are on the inside as a person, the values and beliefs, your identity on the inside. That could be the one thing. You live that every single day. And I will probably go so far as to say, if you get that one right, everything else is fine. But if you're not quite there yet, then focus on the activities. The most important thing that will move you in the direction you want to go. And it could be as simple as buying dinner this week. It is Valentine's Day after all. February 14th. Is that tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. That's an important one thing. I would not miss out that one thing, right? I wouldn't do that. I'd make sure I had some shekels for dinner.
Keep moving, gotta get back up. What? Keep moving, gotta get